Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Cornelius Camp of corneliuscamp.com. I am a school counselor by day and a real estate agent by night. And before I go any further, I just want to tell you, make sure if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. My channel consists of mostly real estate related items such as resources, tips, real estate news, and even real estate experiences. Some things that I may go through or some things that I may actually hear from interacting with other real estate agents so that you can kind of get an experience. Maybe you're going through the same thing and you're not quite sure how to handle a certain situation, or just to get another perspective of how to go about the everyday business of real estate. Okay, so today, one of the things that I often run into, especially when I'm just, getting leads back and forth and trying to convert them, is a lot of times people will tell me, yeah, they want to buy. It's great, they understand the premise behind it, but it's one thing that keeps them from buying at the moment is that it is the credit score. Credit scores are too low, or for whatever the reason is, but they just don't have the credit right now. So they need to go through a credit repair program, right? Obviously. But if you have not signed up for a credit repair program, here are some items, or here are my top 5 things that you can do to boost your credit score, to give it that power punch. These are also items that you can use even if you don't need to go through a credit repair program. Let's just say that you're kind of on track, but you just had a couple of bad instances here and there that kind of lowered your score from what you really might want it to be. Okay, in order to get a loan, or just to be approved for certain things. So again, my top 5 items that you can use to boost your credit score. Okay, number one is to make sure that you pay all of your bills on time. Don't be late. Try not to avoid all of the late fees. Make sure that you're not a month behind. I'm not saying that you can't be a day or two late. People do forget things. Bill might slip your mind. I get all of that. But yeah, definitely not a month, and definitely not more than that. One thing that you can do, that I do, to prevent this, set up an automated payment. Okay, simple as that. That way you don't have to worry about forgetting it. That way you don't have to worry about it slipping your mind. If you're out of town, on vacation, whatever it is, and you need to do that, automatic payment set up, you can get everything taken care of, okay, without you even being there. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is you want to add positive info to your credit report. And what I mean by positive info is, back in the day, not a couple of years ago, but several years ago, your credit report would not have such things as your rent, your car loan, your utilities, things like that. Nowadays, those things are popping up on the credit report, and they're fairly easy to take care of. They're fairly easy to go on time. If you don't pay your light bill on time, your lights go off. So you tend to pay those on time because you don't, those are the necessities. Those are things that you really have to do. You don't pay the rent, you get evicted. Okay, so but that goes back to what I was saying. Those on-time payments, make sure that you pay those things, set them up for automated payment, and then get that positive, those positive items on your credit report to boost your score, make things look good. Okay. Number three, dispute any errors that you have on your credit report. You need to take a look at your credit report, print it out. And just go over some things that you might see on there. Some things that might not have anything to do with you, or some things that might be so old that you can get taken off of. You've already taken care of that business. But there's a stat that about 70% of all credit reports out there have something that is of an error on there. It's not totally clean. So just take a look at it. Make sure that you guys have everything on there that is related to you and that is current. Make sure there's nothing old, and definitely make sure that there's nothing on there that doesn't have anything to do with you. You don't even know what it is. Okay. Number four, reduce all your debt. And obviously, what I mean by reduce all of your debt means every debt that you have, reduce it. More importantly, though, you definitely want to take care of those credit cards first. That will be the first and foremost things, because those are going to be the things that do the most damage to your credit score. Okay. Um, I know people will have car notes, they will have mortgages, they may have student loans, etc., etc. Those credit cards, not only will they more than likely obtain a high interest rate on them, but again, they do the most damage to your credit score. So you definitely want to reduce those as quickly as possible as you can. Pay off the credit card as you can. Take one at a time. Don't try to do it all at once, but take one credit card, pay it off, and then once you get done with it, you might as well just trash it. Just go ahead and cut it up, trash it, and then continue on with however many more that you have. Okay. Number 5. Speaking of paying off the credit cards, um, credit cards are so important to pay off that it would be conducive and more reasonable for you if you were to able to take out a personal loan from your bank simply to pay off your credit cards. And it might sound crazy because you're like, well, if I'm trying to pay off my credit card, why would I get into more debt by taking off a loan? Trust me, that's really, if you really, really think about it, it's not a bad idea because, like I just mentioned, a lot of your credit cards are going to hold very, very high interest rates. Okay, and I'm talking like 7, 13, even 20 something percent. And that's really, really high. And like I said, that does a lot more damage to your credit score, probably the most damage. So if you go to your bank and you ask for a personal loan, you take out a personal loan, you can take whatever that amount is and pay off those credit cards. That personal loan might come with a interest rate of 5, 6%. Okay, and that's a lot more. Will save you a lot of headache and will lower your monthly payments by a ton if you can pay off a lot of credit cards with a personal loan. Okay, one thing about credit scores is that when they go to rate your credit score, they look at credit card as a reoccurring debt. It's just boom, boom, boom. It's often coming around, versus a personal loan. That's not how they view it. So that's why that makes more sense to just go ahead and take out a personal loan and then to pay off all your credit cards. Okay, so those are my 5 tips or my 5 things that you can use to boost your credit score. I'll go back over them real quickly. Again, number 1, pay your bills on time. Number 2, add the positive info that you have. Number 3, you want to dispute all errors that you might notice on your credit report. Number 4, reduce all of your debt. And number 5, go or see if you are able to take out a personal loan to help pay off all of your credit cards. Okay. So again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to get in contact with me for any matter, you can reach me through social media. My contacts will be in the description box below. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you have not done so already, subscribe to my video. Make sure that you leave a comment. Ask any questions that you might have, and I'll be sure to get that answer to you. Leave a comment also to let me know how you like the video. Okay, and then make sure that you like the video while we're talking about it. Make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay. Like always, thanks so much for listening, guys. Thanks so much for watching. You guys have a good night. Take care. Be safe.